Pumpkins surround the championship trophy here at Baltimore's Eastern Open. We're at Country Club Lanes. I'm John Neighbor, along with me, Leila Wagner, and you're looking at the woman who finished at the top of the ladder, highest pinfall average in the tournament this week. The 29-year-old out of Perth, Australia, opens it up. Almost opened it way up.
Playing that outside line could be dangerous.
Well, she elected to go first, and she takes a seat. Liz Johnson, such a remarkable career. I started the show earlier as we take a look at the lane breakdown, talking about her as Tiger Woods on the ladies bowling circuit.
Well, the lane breakdown, 13 strikes on 23. She's actually averaging 241 for the night, so she's pretty well locked in on both lanes. An occasional 10-pin here or there.
So the woman standing at 22 years of age out of Niagara Falls, New York. Sends her best regards to her folks. She calls them every day. She's had a great job so far, winning all 3 of tonight's matches. Just marches right up the ladder. Just as she did at the U.S. Open a few weeks back. Winning from the number 4 position there. Ooh, the 10 wiggled, but it did not fall.
Again, solid in the pocket. Ball just breaking a little bit too soon. Throws a 6-pin around the 10. Not something you really try to make an adjustment unless it's consistently happening. But she is throwing a 10-pin here and there, and then a number of strikes following it. From the Maryland Chiropractic Association this week, Robert Ryer and Mark Roberts were on hand, help the ladies stay in adjustment. Help them get through the amount of games they bowled throughout the week.
I talked with them before the start of the tournament, volunteering my services as a test dummy if they ever need another body to adjust. 2 strikes in a row for Gianotti, block.
Carol playing outside most of the week as well. See here, however, she is from the 12th board, swinging the ball out to about the 6th or 7th board. Then it makes its drive back in. That was on lane 24. Lane 23. Her first shot, she even swung it a little bit farther than that. Liz Johnson, however, plays the lanes much farther to the right.
Just barely nudged the head pin. Gives herself an awkward position.
The ball hanging in the conditioner a little too long. Does not get it to the dry point on the lane fast enough in order to get it to break back in time to hit the pocket. This was similar to the split we saw Cheryl Daniels leave in the her opening match. Right. It's going to be very difficult to pick up with the sleeper pin.
Wow!
But Carol Gianotti did it, and big smile.
Look at that. Well done.
Well, this is how you have to do it. Hit left of the 2-pin. Ball takes out the 4. The 2 and the 8 are both going to slide over on sandwich the 10. Perfect. Can't be more pleased than this.
Johnson now rallies, showing absolutely no nervous tension, seeing her opponent pick up that spare.
And we don't see it made too often. We get a chance to see it one more time. The 2-pin actually catches the 8. It was the 4-pin
that hit the
that hit the 8.
Of course.
The 2-pin caught the 10. I mean, the 4-pin actually hit the 8.
Well, Liz trailing by 6, and I don't think she's, certainly not today, she's not been accustomed to trailing. Liz split with Gianotti. Oh, there's a little action there.
Not too often do you see a light hit leave the 4-10. Very unusual pin action here. Head pin goes up against the wall. 6-pin barely knocks out the 10. It doesn't. Something came off the back wall and did.
Well, Liz picks up the spare, so she's got strike, spare, strike, spare. And Carol still perhaps smiling on the inside after picking up that difficult split. Her best finish, 6th place. Hasn't made the TV show this year. Notice all the jewelry on her arms. Ring and 10.
Carol working very hard at her game the last couple of weeks. Said right around the summer tour she worked with Brunswick ball representative Ray Edwards. Straightened her out, really took her back to basics, had her timing put back together, and she's been working real hard at perfecting it again. She finally felt a little bit better last week, and this week it just came all together.
And she picks up the spare in the 4th frame. As we take a look at our finishers by block, Gianotti, block, wins the last 2, leads the ladder.
Carol actually had to qualify. She was not exempt, almost didn't make the cut. She made it in there. Let's see, Liz Johnson led qualifying for the first 2 rounds, was very consistent throughout match play. Cheryl Daniels, we mentioned, led first couple of rounds of match play.
Now, can she do it twice in a row? Same lane, same conditions.
She's staring it down. She's thinking, I thought I threw that well, or I thought I made an adjustment for leaving that on the previous attempt on lane 23.
She makes this one. I'm buying her a velvet hammer.
Oh, can you imagine? Not once, folks, but twice.
Wow. Very remarkable. I wonder what that does to Liz Johnson on the inside.
Well, that's consistency for you. Here she leaves it on the first shot, bounces back, picks it up for the second time. Looks a lot like the other one.
Talk about poise under pressure. Well, let's see how Liz responds.
Liz's strike fest has come to a stop, but only because she is leaving 10 pins now, 4 pin in the 4th. Could be getting a little tentative too. There's a lot riding now. I mean, she's worked her way up the ladder, nothing to lose. There's a title at stake right now in this final match.
Trailing by 2 halfway through the championship match. Liz Johnson goes back to try off her hand. Remarkable. Clean game for both bowlers. Those splits are something else.
Half a game to go.
Right on the nose.
And again, just really a error there by Liz Johnson. She says she gets feet get going a little too fast at times. This is a weakness in her game.
She hasn't made many errors.
No, she has not.
She's bowling exceptionally well. So she takes a spare in the 6th. That's 3 spares in a row for Johnson. We'll take a short break, come back with the conclusion of the championship match. Gianotti leads by 5. Let's see how she does. Stick around.